team like Kyrie and KD, or the Lake Show with King James and AD. Wish I could match him up with the bad boys from the 80s, but no black and white, I need that in HD. HenDawgz.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy HenDawgz, and we back to it. You know how we do it. What NBA legends think of Stephen Curry? I think this is gonna be a pretty good video, y'all, because I'm actually really curious what NBA legends think of Steph. Because I think that Steph kind of get like a bad rep on just the fact that he's that great of a shooter, that so many other people want to be like him and can't be like him. So everyone said that Steph Curry kind of messed the game up. But it's kind of hard to blame him. He's just that good. Like, you can't be mad at him for being able to do something that a lot of people can't do, and he makes it look so cool that all these kids growing up want to do it. Like, you can't fault him for that. Like, you really can't. But let's get into this video. But before we get into it, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 10K. We're moving fast. We're moving really fast right now. So yeah, just help me out. Just push that subscribe button if you haven't. Like this video and go ahead and write something in the comments. Write what you think about Steph. What do you think about him, changing the game, as people were saying. He's kind of the reason why everybody shoot threes now, because you got to keep up with him. And he just made it to his 6 finals in 8 years. So he's on this next level GOAT shit at the end of the day. Like, it might be time to start putting him in that top 10 to top 15 all-time list. But let me know where he ranks out of your all-time list. But let's get into this video. We got what NBA legends think of Stephen Curry. Let's get it.
Steph Curry gaining praise from NBA players for skills that changed the league forever. It turns out not everyone is on the same page. While some NBA legends think Curry is the greatest shooter of all time, players like the GOAT himself, Michael Jordan, think otherwise. Allen Iverson is one of the best ball handlers in NBA history and is considered one of the best point guards and facilitators to ever play the game. When you talk about Steph Curry, Iverson loves the kid and has nothing but great things to say about him. Iverson made comments about the Golden State Warriors point guard at a Philadelphia 76ers event that was held at the famed Palestra Arena. During the event, Iverson said, "He's incredible. He's different. He's different. He's something we've never seen.
Facts.
We've never seen this. It's crazy to me, like just me being the biggest Michael Jordan fan, to see somebody come around like this."
I love AI because he always giving people their flowers. Like, I've never heard Allen Iverson talk bad about a player. And you got to respect that, because a person like him, like, not saying it would be right, but he could be one of those guys that's not really showing people love because of how great he was. And he would be a person where you could be like, hey, I gotta respect it. It's Allen Iverson. But no, he's like, he gets everybody. Like, he's out showing Ja Morant love. He shows Steph love. Like, he showed Kobe love. Like, he showed everybody, all the superstars, all the great players love. And I respect that from AI. And I'm more of an AI fan now because of that.
I had my idea of being incredible, you know what I mean? But this dude right here, like, it's different. It's a whole different monster as far as his handle and the way he shoots. Come on. You know you ain't never seen nothing like this. Iverson thinks very highly of the sharpshooter, and during an All-Star game, Iverson had a mic'd up conversation with Steph Curry, and he told Curry, "You're in my top 5 all day." Iverson is talking about his list of all-time greats in the history of the NBA, and Curry is right behind Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Shaquille O'Neal. Curry has even said in the past that he's always wanted to play like Iverson, and while on the podcast All the Smoke on Showtime, the two-time most valuable player explained what it was like to be recognized by a great like Iverson when he said, "I ain't never had a big head. That dude who I picked up a lot of games and inspiration from, he's now looking at my game." Some OGs, they don't want to relinquish the praise.
That's what I'm saying.
Same way we respect the OGs, we want it both ways. So when you do hear that, that means something.
Facts.
Since Steph Curry was drafted to the NBA in 2009, he single-handedly changed the way the NBA is played and has made people believe he is the best shooter ever.
He is.
One of those to think he is the best at what he does is Hall of Fame point guard Steve Nash. Steve Nash had a lot to say about the sharpshooter that will one day be in the Hall of Fame. And during an interview with Rick Bucher from Bleacher Report, truly from the eye test, he's the greatest there's ever been. The only pause I have is from fear of being ignorant. Am I missing someone? Does he need to play longer or do it longer? Does he have to do it in the playoffs more years? But my first reaction is, why not? He's as good as anyone I can think of on every level. Pure shooting, array of shots, percentage getting hot, plays to the end. He checks all the boxes. He's probably going to shoot a lower percentage than me his whole career because he's going to take more shots, and he should. It's just a difference in mentality. I would shoot a higher percentage than Steph because I was much more conservative. I would try to shoot as high a percentage as possible to save shots for my teammates and then shoot more in the fourth quarter. I had coaches tell me I was hurting our team at times by trying to set up my teammates, but I always thought I got it back by how I made them feel and incorporated them into the offensive scheme and the chemistry of the team. He's capable of that, but he's more inclined to score. There are things he can do that I can't. He's such a beautiful shooter with such an array of shots and such a quick release. You wouldn't want to take that away from him at all. Steph takes it to another level. He can do it from deeper, and frankly, I never took a step back in making it. You add that to all the other shots, it could be a clincher in his game of deciding who's the best. But
Steve Nash brings up a great point because I put Steve Nash in my top 5 all-time shooters ever. And Steph is by far the number one. Like, it goes Steph Curry and then 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, they all are like down here compared to where Steph is. And I think Clay is on that list too. But I think what Steph was saying, I mean, what Steve Nash was saying, like the array of shots, the being there when it matters, like Steph checks all those boxes. Like, he's not just a standstill shooter. Like, he does it all, which I think that's what opens up his jump shot so much more.
Nash being one of the 6 players in NBA history to be a part of the 50-40-90 club, it's safe to say that Nash knows what he's talking about when he sees a blessed shooter from deep. When it comes to talking about Curry, Shaq has talked about Curry a few different times. The first time was when the Hall of Famer was celebrating his 46th birthday on a set of Players Only broadcasts, and O'Neal and his co-host got into a discussion about the Golden State Warriors star player Steph Curry. When it was the big man's turn to talk, he opened up his statement with, "He's my favorite player to watch." Okay. Shaq continued to talk about the insane sharpshooter by saying, "I don't know if he knows this, but he's my favorite player to watch right now. When he first came in, he'd throw that stuff up and you'd be like, that's luck. 2, 3 championships, he's still doing it."
Facts.
So that means he's consistent. He's really a great player. I love watching him. If I was a fan and I had to pay to watch somebody, of course it's LeBron and those guys, but I'd definitely go to Golden State and watch him play. But that was one time of many where Shaq has complimented Curry, and another time was while he was a guest on Conan on TBS. Conan had brought up something that not a lot of people probably knew about the NBA legend, and that is that Shaq used to let people score if he liked them or respected the way they played the game. Shaq mentioned a few names, and Curry was amongst those, and Shaq answered by saying, "Okay, Tracy McGrady, 2 or 3 plays. Let me see what you got." Only time I didn't do it was when I was in playoff mode.
See, I see why Kobe wasn't rocking with Shaq all the time. How you gonna say Tracy McGrady, who's a guard, you gonna let him score? So Kobe doing everything he can, because Kobe is one of the most competitive guys. I don't care if it's preseason, regular season, or playoffs. He's not about to just let nobody score. So he out there going super hard to try to, push him into his big man. And Shaq just like, go ahead, bro. Let me see what you got. Like, come on, Shaq. Come on, Shaq. I see why Kobe got you traded.
But other than that, even though I'm a player, there are a lot of guys I really respect. If I was playing now, I would let Steph Curry score all the time. I love him.
All the time?
He's my favorite player. Larry Bird is one of the best shooters in the NBA during his whole career with the Boston Celtics. And he thinks very highly of the talented sharpshooter Steph Curry. Curry is considered the greatest shooter of all time, and even Hall of Famers like Larry Legend don't let loose on the compliments. During an interview, Larry Bird goes into detail on what he thinks about Curry and the way he plays the game, and Bird said, the rules have really helped him out. Back in the day when a player like him came through the lane, guys would chuck him. Now you can't touch him. So Curry can get to where he wants to go faster and get set for the shot quicker. Isaiah Thomas used to go by you in a heartbeat too, but Isaiah couldn't shoot like this kid.
Not that Isaiah.
This kid has a little of everything going to the...
I'm pretty sure Larry Bird wasn't talking about that Isaiah. I'm pretty sure he was talking about the Detroit Pistons Isaiah, but carry on.
rim, the floaters, the banks. For deep range, I don't know if there's anybody better. What a weapon a shooter like Curry is, that with the green light from his coach. Missing 1 or 2 shots means nothing to him. He just goes back deeper. He can make you look bad in a hurry. This kid's gotta go down in history as one of the greatest shooters who ever played our game.
As the greatest
Charles
shooter.
Barkley is in the NBA Hall of Fame. And although he doesn't have any championships, his knowledge of the game and his opinion matters to a lot of people. Barkley is one of the main people on ESPN during basketball season, but you mainly see him on Inside the NBA. As one of the hosts of the show, they get into a lot of debates on who the all-time greats are. And during a discussion on who the top 5 in the NBA are right now, Charles did not have Stephen Curry in his. Charles explained that his top 5 includes Giannis, LeBron, James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kawhi Leonard. But in 2019, Charles Barkley changed his mind. And during an interview with Pardon the Interruption, he explained how he really feels about Steph Curry's skill. During the interview, he says, 100% wrong. Steph Curry has put his name back in the conversation. We talk about the best players in the world. We talk about KD. We talk about Giannis, Kawhi, LeBron. Steph Curry is proving to us he's a 2-time MVP. But when Charles Barkley gets into the discussion of what he thinks about Steph Curry's skill set, he isn't very impressed by it. During an interview with Dime magazine, Barkley said, he's just a great shooter. It's a totally different animal. He's not more than a shooter. He's just a great shooter. I wouldn't say that, but he's not a great playmaker. He's just a great shooter. Michael could do.
He's definitely a great playmaker. No, let's not get it twisted. Like I said, his playmaking ability, his handles, his feel for the game is what allows him to become such great shooter, because you can't just think that you can just play up on him and make him drive and he won't be effective. Like Steph is a super great player, man.
Do it all when it comes to the game of
shooter.
basketball. He could dunk, shoot, play defense, and all the little things it takes to be the best at basketball. So if you're going to look at opinions from legends about other players, his is pretty important. And what he says about Steph Curry might make some basketball fans angry.
What he said?
During a segment on the Today Show, Michael Jordan was doing an interview with Craig Melvin. And during the interview, Melvin asked Jordan about the people Jordan would pick for a pickup game. And Jordan answered by saying, I'm going in the trenches. I played against and with all these guys. I'm going with who I know. Every single night, their responsibility to go out there and represent greatness. Every single night. Craig followed up the statement with a simple question by asking, so Steph Curry shouldn't be offended when he watches this? The way Michael answered the question probably made people mad, especially ones who are fans of Curry. And Jordan said, I hope not. He's still a great player. Not a Hall of Famer yet, though. He's not. Curry fired back at Jordan during an interview with Full Size Run show for sneaker magazine Soul Collector. And someone asked Curry if he's ever autographed a pair of sneakers and sent them to a hater. And Curry answered the question taking shots at Jordan's remarks about him, and he said, I might have to send them to MJ. Although Curry was presumably joking, he may have been angry with Jordan's remarks about him, considering Curry most likely idolized the guy growing up and being so close and in love with the game of basketball. If you've enjoyed this video...
So y'all think that was a shot, or was that more or less just Michael Jordan saying, like, he's not a Hall of Famer yet? Meaning he's still playing. He's not in the Hall of Fame yet. Or do y'all think that Jordan was actually saying, like, if he stopped playing right now, he wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame? Let me know what y'all think Jordan meant by that. But I appreciate y'all for watching that video. That was a very good video. Jordan was really the only one who really had something like somewhat negative to say. But everybody else was, thrilled about Steph Curry, and as they should. So I'm sure Jordan now doesn't say that about the Hall of Fame thing about Steph, because if Steph stopped playing right now, he's first ballot Hall of Famer without a question. So I don't know what Jordan was talking about. But I hope y'all enjoyed that video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if y'all haven't already. If y'all want more Steph Curry videos like that, let me know. Go ahead and like this video if y'all like this video. And go ahead and write something in the comments. Where does Steph Curry rank all time on your list? Is he top 5? Is he top 10? Top 20? Just let me know in the comments. But I appreciate y'all like always. We out.